Good morning, parents. Thank you so much for joining on time. We'll just give a few minutes for the other parents to join as well. But thank you so much for being punctual. Morning, parents. Thank you so much for joining on time. We're just giving it a few more minutes for the others to join, and we can start soon after.
Happy morning, Andrea.
Happy morning, Shivangi. Nice to see you.
Same here. Happy morning, dear parents. Happy morning, Nanda ma'am. Hello, good morning.
Sit properly. Sit properly.
Nanda ma'am, let us know when we can start the orientation.
Good morning, Andrea. Hello.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah,
Thank
good
you.
morning.
Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning. We could start, I think. So you can start it. I think people will eventually join because we don't want to waste time for the people who already joined.
Yes, correct, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, parents. So once again, a very happy Saturday to all of you. Thank you for joining us on a weekend. We really value and appreciate your time, and thank you so much for being on time today. Sorry about the delay. We just wanted to make sure that more parents joined. This session is also being recorded, so a recording of this session will be shared with all of you, and it's also being streamed on YouTube. So the live stream is also there for anybody to, watch. So without further ado, I'm just going to quickly give you a brief introduction about Freadom, about what it is that we do and why we do what we do. And then I will quickly take you through the registration process as to how you can register your child on the Freedom app and how you can link your school code. And soon after that, I will share my mobile screen so that you can see what the app is like firsthand. And yeah, I can show you all the features that you can explore in your own time. And if there are any questions, then we can reserve them for the end of the session. And don't worry if, like, even if there are questions, if questions come up later when you're exploring the app on your own, then we have a helpline that you can contact, and we will also be sharing a form, a Google form, where you can submit your queries, and our team will get back to you within 24 to 48 hours. So all the assistance, all the help is there. Don't worry, you don't need to be, you don't need to feel overwhelmed with all the information. Just sit back, relax, and just, go with the flow, because all the material will be shared with you. So there's nothing that you will be missing out on. So without further ado, I would like to begin with a fact that is unfortunately the current state of affairs in the Indian education system, and it's a bit disheartening. But I think we need to start with the problem, right, to get to the solution. So, did you know that 9 in 10 children in India read below their grade level? Right? Not at their grade level, not above their grade level, but below their grade level, which means that a grade 3 student who should be reading at a grade 3 level is only reading at a grade 1 level, right? And that becomes a real problem, especially because it affects other subjects. It affects students' performance, not just in English, but it also spills over into math and science. And later, when students want to prepare for competitive exams and stuff, they find it difficult because the basics, the foundation is not strong. So that is precisely why Freedom was founded. And from over 15 years of research, we have noticed that that magical window from age 3 to grade 3, which is the period in which children imbibe the most, that crucial period is often overlooked. So that's why Freedom was founded. We want to fix this issue. We want to bring a solution to this issue. And so our ultimate mission is to ignite a passion for reading in the first place, because we want children to be passionate about it. We want them to love reading. Reading should not feel like a chore, right? It shouldn't feel like something they have to do. It should be something that they want to do. So at the core of our product, at the core of all our offerings is this desire to ignite a passion for reading in every child. And once that is there, it will automatically help create a healthy reading habit in children, because we truly believe that a healthy reading habit is the gateway to unlocking a child's potential across all subjects, right? Because as I mentioned earlier, reading fluency and English fluency does have a huge correlation and a huge impact on science and math subjects as well. And apart from that, apart from the whole academic aspect, of course, comes confidence, and that you can't put a price on that, because English is an international language. It has become a global language. And we find that, students or people who are fluent in the English language are more confident when it comes to opening themselves up to new opportunities and taking up new opportunities. So that is basically why Freedom was founded. And at the heart of this program is the Freedom Reading app. So we have a lot of offerings for teachers, for schools. But the Freedom Reading app is catered to build this habit of reading in children across all ages. So the Freedom app is basically a productive screen time app. And why we stress on that is because, fortunately or unfortunately, screen time has become inevitable in today's daily life. But where we have been able to make that distinction is that we have been able to prove productive screen time versus unproductive screen time. And how that works is because as parents, you get to track your child's activity on the app, right? And see what activities or what games they've been playing and what progress they've been making. So the Freedom app basically gives like a full all-round development of LSRW skills. What does LSRW stand for? It stands for listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So it is like a comprehensive development of English reading and English comprehension that the Freedom app offers. And over 100,000 classrooms across the country have already incorporated Freedom into their curriculum. And we're so excited to have your school on board as well. The best part about the Freedom app is that it is super versatile, which means you can use it anywhere at any time. It is compatible across all devices. So you can use the Freedom app on a mobile phone, you can use it on a computer, on a tab, or an iPad. You can even use a smart TV, right? And that's what makes it so ideal for use, not just at home, but in classrooms and computer labs as well. And as I mentioned, we're proud to convey that from all the research that we've done over the years, we have been able to deliver proven outcomes. And we've been able to prove that just 10 minutes of like daily reading or like completing one activity or a story on the Freedom Reading app for a continuous period of 30 days has been able to help establish a reading habit in so many children across so many schools. And so that's precisely why the Freedom app has been designed that way. It's been designed in a way that helps teachers and parents raise happy readers, right? So that is our mission. Without further ado, I'm going to take you through how you can get into the whole registration process. So before that, you can find the Freadom app on Google Play Store or Apple App Store, right? Please make a note of the logo. This is what it looks like. And if you notice, Freedom is spelled differently because usually the word freedom has two E's, but here we have an A because reading is at the heart of what we do. The word freedom has the word read in it. So that's why we have the READ in Freedom. So when you're searching for the app on Play Store or on App Store, just make sure you type in the right spelling. It's FREADOM. And also just take a mental picture of what the logo looks like. It's basically an open book with a rocket shooting straight out of it. So that shouldn't be hard to find. As soon as you have downloaded the Freedom app, open the app, and screen number 1 is the screen that you will be getting. Right? So click on the Start Learning option. And then if it asks you for a school code, it might ask you or it might not. If you're not asked for the school code, that's completely fine. In just a few minutes, I will show you how you can link your school code. But if it asks you for a school code, the code for your children is here at the top right corner of the screen. So it is CQWBHW. So every school has an exclusive school code, and you need to make sure that your child's profile is linked to this school code so that they can unlock all the premium features on the app. If your school code is not linked, then it's going to ask you to make a payment. Please make note that there is absolutely no payment required from your end on the app because the school has already made the payment. So you don't need to make any additional payments on the app. All you need to do is link this school code. So I would suggest you just make a note of this, like either write it down somewhere or save it on your phones, because the school code is what you will need to register your child and unlock all the premium features. So during the login process, if it asks you for your school code is CQWBHW, all in small letters. So as soon as you do that, it will ask you for your phone number. Sorry. Enter your phone number, and then you will receive an OTP. Enter the OTP, and then you can start customizing your child's profile. So basically pick the grade that your child is in, pick their section, enter your child's name. While entering your child's name, most of us have initials in our names, and we tend to put a period or a full stop after the initial. But the app does not recognize that symbol. So when you're entering the name, if there is an initial, just don't put the period or don't put the full stop, just put a space after the initial and enter the rest of your child's name. So that's a small point to take note of. And another important point that I would like to say is that you can use Freedom on as many devices as you'd like, but you need to make sure that you're using the same mobile number to log in across all devices. And the reason why that is so important is because in case you create 2 different profiles with 2 different phone numbers, then your child's progress on the app is going to be split. Then it becomes difficult for the teacher to gauge and accurately track your child's progress. So in order to avoid that whole mix-up and confusion, it is important that you just stick to the registered mobile number, the number that you've given at school, and make sure you use the same number to log into as many devices. So you can use multiple phones as well, but you need to make sure you give that same mobile number across all devices. Right? So just to give a quick recap, once you've downloaded the app, click on Start Learning, enter your school code if it asks you for the school code, which is CQWBHW, all in small letters. Then enter your phone number, enter the OTP, pick your child's grade, section, enter their name, and that's it. It's as simple as that. You have successfully logged in. Now, in case you want to use a slightly bigger device, because I understand as parents, you might not want your children to be using the phone, and you might prefer giving them like a bigger screen or wider screen. So in that case, the app, the mobile app doesn't function as smoothly on bigger devices. So you would have to use the browser. You can use any browser that you normally use, whether it's Google Chrome or Firefox, any browser of your choice. And in the search bar, just type web.getfreedom.com. Okay, so it would be useful to make a note of this as well. It's not www, it's web, web.getfreedom.com. So on any device that is not a mobile, you will need to use the browser version of the app, but you can use the mobile version on the mobile. Right, so as soon as you have entered web.getfreedom.com into your search bar in the browser, then this is the page that you will be getting. Click on I am a student, and then follow the same process that I explained with the mobile login. So basically, enter your phone number, enter the OTP, enter your select your child grade, section, name, and you would have successfully logged in. Another point to make note of is you will need to register your child initially on the mobile. Once the registration process is done and once your school code is linked, then you can start using Freedom on the web. So make sure that you do the initial registration on the mobile and then you can start using the web version. So that is it. That is the whole logging in and registration process. Just to give you a quick glimpse, I'm going to be taking you through all these features. I'll show you what they look like on the app in just a bit. But just to give you a rough idea, the Freedom app has stories of all formats. There are audio, video, and text stories because we realize that it is important to cater to every type of learner out there. So, some children might not like to read as much as they like to listen to stories because they might be auditory learners. Some children might be visual learners. They imbibe more and they pick up more by through visuals. So for that purpose, we made it a point to provide stories in all formats that caters to different types of learners, and all our content are sourced from some of the world's best publishers like HarperCollins, Penguin, Book Dash, and the list goes on. So apart from the stories, there are also a lot of skill building activities on the app that target specific skills like comprehension or vocabulary. There's, a number of skills that the activities target. There are a lot of games, there are quizzes, there are podcasts. There's also a daily news feature that is updated every day. And the news is customized to each grade level. So there is a team that sits and, specifically customizes it to suit either kindergarten or grade 1, grade 2. So to suit every level. And the news, it's all positive news. It's nothing related to politics. It's nothing negative. It's just to get them into that habit of staying informed. So that's another great feature to check out. And of course, we have a leaderboard because that adds a bit of a gamified element, which makes the learning process fun. And we have a progress tracker that you as parents can monitor to see how many stories your child has read, what skills they've been improving, what skills they need to work on. So there's a progress tracker for you to monitor, as well as from the teacher's end, they will also be able to monitor from a dashboard. So this is basically what the app offers in a nutshell. I'll take you through that in just a minute, but this is for you to explore in your own time. Right, so this is not what will be focused on much at school. This is just for any additional reading that you want to give your child. And I understand kindergarten students may not be able to read yet. And so there are a lot of different features, again, that I will take you through. There's a feature called Read to Me, where it's an audio book, so it will automatically read to the children. There's something called Read Along and Read Aloud. So there are a lot of features, a lot of different formats of stories that cater to every grade, right? Yes, as I mentioned, our content is sourced from top global publishers. So parents, this guided learning is basically all you have to keep in mind right now, because this is what will be done in school, right? So what is guided learning? It's like a textbook. It follows a certain path. There are many units. Each unit has micro tasks within them that children can complete. And these tasks are of different formats. There are some stories, there are some games, there are some activities. And so children can just navigate it at their own pace. One unit is unlocked each week. So that unit will be done in class, and the same will be assigned as homework. So from this whole endeavor. Children will have to complete 1 unit every week, right? And I'll just show you how that works. So if you remember in the beginning, I mentioned that you might not get asked for the school code when you're logging in. So if that happens, as soon as you open the app, this is the home page. This is what the feed looks like. So just click on the hamburger menu. Can you see those 3 lines, horizontal lines at the bottom right corner of the screen? That's called a hamburger menu. So the first thing you do as soon as you've logged into the app is click on the hamburger menu, and it will lead you to this page. If you can see, my school code is linked. That's why I have a green tick here. But if it is not linked for you, the text will read link school code. Click on that and link your school code, which has those 6 letters that I mentioned earlier. It's CQWBHW. So as soon as you type in that school code, then you will also get a green tick. So make sure this is the very first step that you do as soon as you've logged into the app, because only then will you have access to all the premium features, especially guided learning, which is what is going to be started in school. So as soon as you have linked your school code, then you can go to guided learning. So if you can see, there is a flag icon at the bottom of the app. So that is the guided learning icon. So when you click on that, it will open the guided learning page. So as you can see, there are many units here. And each unit has about 5 to 7 tasks. And here, if you can see, there's one story, there's a quiz, there's an activity, there's another quiz, and there's another story. So that comprises unit 1. So this is what it looks like. And these lessons will be taken in class, and they have to be completed at home. And in case you are using Freedom guided learning on the web, if you're using the web version, then as soon as you log in, the flag icon is right on top. That's the guided path section up there. And the same units that you find on the mobile app, you can also find on the web version. So all the units will be mentioned here horizontally. And when you open a unit, it will show you the list of tasks as well. Right? So that is something that you can explore. And there's also an assignments feature. And there are 2 ways in which you can check the assignments. One is there will be a banner called Freedom Assignments on the home page. So clicking on that will lead you to the assignments. Or another way is in the same guided learning tab, that is the flag icon. If you see on the left, there's the guided learning tab. On the right, there is the assignments. So the guided learning tab will have all the list of units and activities within each unit. If you click on assignments, it will show you all the assignments that are pending, and it will also give you the due date by which your child has to finish that assignment. And the assignment might be something as small as listening to a story. And every single activity takes not more than 2 to 3 minutes, right? And it's all fun, and it's like very easy activities. Because as I mentioned, it's just to inculcate that love for reading and that habit of reading. Apart from that, another feature that you can explore in your own time, this is not something that will be done in school, but it is available for the premium version, which all of you have access to. So it's an oral fluency test. It's just a 5-minute assessment on the Freedom app where you can gauge your child's fluency. So I will be sharing this deck with you so you can go through it in your own time. And as soon as the test is done, then it'll give you a detailed report of where your child stands. And there's another tool that we offer called the baseline assessment tool, again, which tests children's fluency levels. So this will be in case the school is doing this, implementing it for your particular grades, then the communication will come from the school, but you don't need to worry about this. So that is the end of the presentation. But before I show you what the app looks like on my phone, I would like to say that the app completely customizes itself according to your child's interests, according to their learning levels. It completely customizes itself to suit your child. And how that works is, for it to work, you need an 11-day streak. Now, what is a streak? A streak is how many times you log into the app. So say I log in today for the first time, then I have a 1-day streak. If I log in tomorrow as well, then I have a 2-day streak. So it keeps increasing like that. The number of times you log into the app, you keep building up your streaks. So for the AI algorithm to kick in and for artificial intelligence to completely make a note and make predictions based on the kind of stories that your child is listening to. So based on their interests and based on their learning levels, you require an 11-day streak, which means it is important for you to make sure that your child logs into the app every day consecutively for the next 11 days, right? Only then will you be able to reap the maximum benefit from the app. And the app is going to look completely different for each child because the kind of recommendations that come up on each profile is going to be dependent on that individual child's interests as well as their progress, their learning levels, and all that. So I really hope, obviously, we at Freedom really hope that you would continue beyond this 11-day streak, because ultimately we want to build a reading habit. But at least initially, we urge you to ensure this 11-day streak at least, so that the AI algorithm can work its magic. So yes, as I mentioned, there will be a helpline that you can contact if you have any queries. There's also a query form, a Google Doc that is linked here where you can submit all your queries. I will quickly share my phone screen with you so you can see what the app looks like in real time. And after that, we can open the session to questions if there are any. Okay, so this is what the Freedom app looks like. This is the home page. Right, if you can see, there are a lot of stories. There are adventure stories, video stories, funny stories, audio stories. And if you notice, there are hashtags below each of these stories. So this one has hashtag alphabetic principle and hashtag comprehension. So that means by reading this story, your child will be able to develop these particular skills. They'll be able to develop their comprehension skills and their alphabetic principle. Now, if you go to the next story, Frog's Starry Wish, then that story will hone your child's grammar skills and comprehension skills. So depending on whatever skills you feel like, your child could use a little polishing, or depending on which skills you would like your child to focus on, you can just look for those particular hashtags, the relevant hashtag, and select a story accordingly. So do play around with the app and just get a feel of it. In case this feels too overwhelming, there are so many stories, where do I begin? Then this Today For You banner right at the top is the best place to start, because every day you will get new recommendations. So you will get one piece of news, one story, one activity, and one quiz. Right? So in case you don't want to go through that whole process of selecting and finding the right story, you can just start with the Today For You section. So this is the feed. If you go to the second tab, which is the Stories tab, again, these have stories of all formats, as I mentioned before, and there are different genres of stories as well. But a really great feature to take note of is this Find Me a Story feature right at the top. So if you can see that banner, you can just click on it and you can choose as many genres as your child would like. So for example, okay, I want to choose adventure, animal, funny. You can choose as many and then click on next. And then you can choose what format of story you want as well. So I'm clicking read and you click the hash. And then the algorithm will automatically find the perfect fit for your child, depending on their genres that they've selected, as well as depending on the format that they've selected. So, for example, this is the story that has been recommended by the AI algorithm, right? So obviously for smaller grades, this particular book is for a bigger grade, so there are no pictures. But for babies, there will be a lot of pictures, a lot of colors, right? And at the end of each story or activity, there's always a quiz to test the child's comprehension, right? So to see how much they've imbibed. So obviously, I'm going to do very badly on this test because I just skimmed through and I didn't even read it. So please learn from my mistake, right? So that's the story section. Then if you go to the next tab, the buzz tab, that's where all the news as well as the activities are. So if you check the news section, like I said, it's all positive news and it's all grade specific. So it will be aligned to kindergarten levels or grade 1 or grade 2, depending on which grade your child is in. The activities section, there are a lot of activity packs, vocabulary, comprehension, spelling, right? So I suggest you explore this in your own time. And the play section has a lot of games, a lot of grammar games. Okay, for example, one of the games. So that was just like one of the game formats that are on the app. So yes, this is for you to explore in your own time. I'm going to show you the school code linking. So as I mentioned, the 3 lines at the bottom of the app, that's called the hamburger menu. So when you click on that, if you can see my school code is linked. So I have a green tick. If it's not linked, then you just click on link school code and enter those 6 letters, your school code. And you can create up to 3 profiles using the same mobile number. So if you see on top, it's open to Andrea's profile. But if I want to add another child, if you have more than one child using the app, then you can just click on add child and you can enter their details. Right? And then right next to that is the profile section. So this is where you can check the growth and progress of your child. So at a glance, this shows you how many stories your child has read, how many activities they've done, right? And we have something called streaks and Freadom. So streaks, I already told you, it's the number of days you have logged into the app. So I have an 11-day streak. And as I mentioned, you need a minimum of 11 days for the algorithm to completely customize the app according to your child. So please make sure you follow the 11-day streak. And Freedos are basically points. So at the end of each story, at the end of each quiz, there are certain points that gets added up to your child's account. So it's all part of the whole, gamification process to make learning fun for the kids. Then if you go to the next tab, the progress tab, this gives you an in-depth breakdown of all the skills that your child has been developing through the stories, through the games, through the activities that they've been doing on the app. So as you can see, there's a breakdown of my skills, right? Vocabulary, excuse me, vocabulary is developed at 50%. So I have another 50% to go. Phonics again is at 50%. My comprehension skills are quite bad. They're only at 11%. Alphabetic principle and phonemic awareness are literally non-existent. So I would want to pick stories that have these particular hashtags, hashtag alphabetic principle or hashtag phonemic awareness, so that, I can hone those skills. So it's a great idea to just come to the progress section and just take a quick glance at all the skills of your child over here, their progress, and then you can select, the right type of content or books or stories for them to read. And the info tab, obviously, if there are any edits to be made regarding like name or age and stuff, you can just save it here. And the main thing, so everything that I showed you now from the home page and everything is just for you to explore on your own. But like I said, the main thing that you have to be concerned with is the guided learning feature, because that's what is going to be implemented in school. So that is the flag icon at the bottom of the screen, in the middle of the screen. So when you open guided learning, it'll show you a list of units, but only one unit will be unlocked each week. So if you open the first unit, let's see. So this shows you, so there are 5 activities, 5 micro tasks within this unit. And at a glance, you can see that I have completed 3 because there's a completed tick there. So at a glance, you can see how many activities your child has done and what is pending, right? But another important point to note, parents, now once you've downloaded, maybe some of you have already downloaded the app and gone through the whole login process with me right now. And if you click this guided learning, the flag icon or the guided learning icon, this feature is going to be locked for you right now. You won't be able to see any of the units or the tasks. Don't worry about it. That's intentional, because it will only be unlocked for your children once they started in school. So the day that the lessons are started in the classroom, that is when these units will be unlocked. So up until then, when you click on the flag icon, it's not going to show you this. The feature will be locked, but there's nothing to worry about. It is still a feature that is available for you. The reason why we've locked it is so that all children can start the units together at the same time. We don't want some kids to have already finished the units before the others have even started it. So for this purpose, we've kept this feature locked for now. But once they started in school, you will be able to view it on your devices. So that is it from my side. If there are any questions, I would be more than happy to help you to the best of my ability, or else I'll take a note of your numbers and your children's grade and other related information so that our team can get back to you. Thank you so much for your patience, parents. And if there are any questions, if you're having any issues, if you want to try downloading the app now, then you can try doing it. And if there's any issues that you're facing, I'm here to help.
Naveen here. So by
Yes.
mistake, yeah, I created multiple profiles because
Oh.
the phone was not responding and it got created multiple profiles and I am not able to like delete that. So shall I have to call helpline or?
Yes, can you just leave me the registered mobile number
Yeah, double
in the
nine double
chat?
zero. Okay, yep, sure.
Just leave your number along with your child's name and grade, sir, because the deleting profiles have to be done on the back end. So our team will do it on the back end, and then we'll help you create your profile.
Yep, sure. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Parents, anyone else facing any issues? Are there any doubts? Thank you, sir. I got your message.
So registering with 2 different number means it is 2 profiles it is created?
Yes, ma'am. And that will split your child's progress. So that's why we recommend using just one mobile number to register. But you can use many devices. You can use more than one mobile phone also. You can use the app on many phones as well. But you need to make sure you use the same mobile number across all devices. Any other questions, parents?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I think even before the classes started, there was some representative from Freedom app which helped us to get us registered. I remember putting in school code. So this is a one-time process, right? If you're
Yes, sir.
already registered, how do I check? I just need to
Uh,
log in using the same number and see if there's a green tick.
Yes, sir, exactly. So you just have to go to that hamburger menu, the 3 lines on the bottom right corner of the app, and it will show you if your school code is linked or not. If it is not linked, then let me just paste the school code on our chat as well. CQWBHW.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I've just pasted it on the chat. Would anyone else like to clarify anything? Okay, if there are no more questions, then we can end the session. I don't want to keep you for too long on a weekend. But yes, we are always available to sort out any queries, any issues, technical issues. So please don't hesitate to reach out to us. I will share the helpline and this recording of this meeting as well as the deck with all of you. Nanda ma'am, can we end the session?
Sure, Andrea. Thank you so
All
much.
right. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for joining. Thank you, parents. I really appreciate your time. And I hope your children have a wonderful reading journey with Freedom.
Yep. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day, everyone.
Ma'am, one last question. It is like
Sure.
if I am not sure that 2 profiles are created or not, so later I will contact you with that helpline number that you are given.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you just
uh,
post the helpline number once again? Otherwise, you will share the slides to us later.
I will share the slides also, ma'am, but can you just drop your phone number along with your child's name and grade and section in the chat? So then I can get it checked from the back end.
Yes, I'm also not sure whether I created or not.
Okay. If you go to that, once you open the app, if you go to the hamburger menu with the 3 lines,
Yeah.
it will show you right on top if there are how many profiles are created, because there will be 3 profiles. So if it's already created, it will show you there.
Okay.
Just okay. And grade and section as well, ma'am.
Okay.
Thanks. Hi. Thanks, Mom.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Have a great day.
I'd like to thank all the parents too, and you all have a good day. Thanks so much. Thank you, Andrea.
Nanda, Mom.
Hi, Srijana. How are you?
Hi.
I hope you're reading the app, Srijana. Are you reading the stories?
Yeah.
Very good.
Good girl. Okay, ma'am. I'll end the meeting, ma'am.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye, ma'am.